Hi guys, so the BBC has received some flack over the years, and rightfully so, when it came to the Brexit vote. Before the referendum, Nigel Farage, it seems, was invited on to a large number of BBC late night shows to talk about pretty much any topic under the sun, and he used that to promote himself and his ideology of how leaving the EU would fix most, if not all, of Britain's problems. But from time to time, the BBC has exposed how Brexit was a massive mistake, and sadly that expose generally appears after the referendum took place. Thanks to my friend Joel Bacchus for posting this clip from what appears to be 2018, where Brexit voters were challenged by Nick Robinson of the BBC on which immigrants they wanted to keep out.
Do you think immigration in this country needs to be cut?
Yes, I do.
Who should come in then? Who should we let in?
Professional people.
Professional?
Yeah.
What, people with skills?
People with skills, yeah.
Should we let any unskilled people come in?
Well, I think they should be monitored.
Well, let me just ask you about a few different groups. This is my Happy Families game.
Right.
Do you think we should have foreign bricklayers coming into the country?
Oh, yeah.
You would let foreign bricklayers? Okay. What about fruit pickers?
Controlled, I think.
But would they come in?
Well, controlled, yeah.
So some would come in?
Yeah.
Some foreign fruit pickers. What about care workers looking after the elderly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, so we'd have some of them from abroad. Lorry drivers?
Yes.
You haven't said no to anybody yet. What about chefs?
Depends. They're kind of chefs, yes.
Some chefs, okay. Yeah. Who don't you want to come in?
Well, you know, just say it's got to be controlled.
It has to be controlled. Look, people like this were convinced by the likes of Nigel Farage that there is uncontrolled immigration. That's what he was trying to sell, and that's what he successfully sold. The idea of uncontrolled. And you see here this man, you know, obviously he has no idea of what he's talking about, but he's saying it needs to be controlled. Why did he say that? Because he heard it from the likes of Nigel Farage. He read it in The Sun or the Daily Mail. Well, there are other people with other comments.
But you haven't identified a single job that you don't want foreigners to do.
It's not the jobs, it's the people who want to come over and sit on the backside and do nothing. And do nothing. Yeah. Scroungers, yes.
Scroungers. So there's the idea that, yes, there are people who want to come over and live off the state. Where did they get these ideas from? Are there people in the UK who live off the state? Yes, there are. Have there been people who come to Britain to live off the state? Probably, yes. But they're a very small minority, because if you're leaving a country to get something better, you're not going to live off the state. You're going to try and find a job. Now, the problem is that many people who arrive in the UK as asylum seekers are not allowed to work. The problem is not that they don't want to work. The problem is that they can't work. They're not allowed to work. And what you have is you have the Farages, or you have the right wing who will point at these people and say, look at them. Look, they do nothing. They don't work. They're scroungers. Because on many occasions, in the vast majority of cases, they're not allowed to work. They're not scroungers because they want to be. They're not scroungers at all. They're actually coming to Britain to either escape a desperate situation, or they're coming to Britain to improve their lives economically. And we've seen how keeping these people out has been a disaster.
But in this area, do you think a lot of the immigrants are scroungers?
No. Most of them are hard workers.
See what?
So most of them are hard workers. But I voted to keep those people out as well. Does this make any sense to anyone? I voted to stop all people from coming in. Once again, this demonstrates how successful people like Farage have been with very simple messages. Take back control, controlling our borders, monitoring immigrants, controlling them. It's all been very easy, simple rhetoric that convinced the public to vote against their own interests.
What's interesting to me is you want to see immigration cut.
Yeah.
Every single job I showed you, you said we need them coming from abroad. So who is it we stop coming then?
Well, I don't know.
You've stumped me.
You've stumped me. once again, I've said this was very necessary, very good journalism by the BBC. It's just a pity it came in 2018, not in 2015 or 2014 or 2016 even. It came too late. Challenging people. What immigrants do you want to come in? What immigrants... And, you know, I think there's a possibility that if these people had actually been challenged back in 2016 before the referendum, or 2015 or 2014, challenged them, they could have voted a different way. They could have realised, wait a minute, what am I voting for? I'm voting to keep everyone out when we actually need these people. I'm voting to keep out everyone for the sake of a few quote-unquote scroungers. Thanks to Joel for posting this. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.